falling to pieces in my
warm coffee or a hot chocolate, anything to warm me up, that's always very helpful. I had one a little earlier, I might have a second depending on how cold it gets. It's supposed to be summertime, but you know. And we also have alcoholic options for you as well. A couple beers on draft, some wine options, as well as some cocktails. Nothing gets the ride going. Quite like vodka lemonade or rum punch. Visiting you today on vacation. Amazing, welcome to Chicago. Very happy to have you here. Do we have any friends visiting internationally to the U.S.? Awesome, heard a couple there in the back. Amazing, very special welcome to you. Is this anyone? A story about this river. After all, we're going to be spending so much time on the river, it's only appropriate that we talk about it. And for this story, we're going to take things back to the 1800s. You see, at that time, we were using this
everything goes white. I can feel the breeze.
It was complete. The big ditch was finished. And in the middle of the night, construction workers snuck out to the dam holding back the waters. They released the water, forever changing the course of the Chicago River and the course of Chicago's history. And there's actually a Lego set that's based on this building here. That's how you know you made it. A Lego set makes your building in prose and white. The style is known as Spanish Revivalism. We basically took something from Spain and put it right here in Chicago. That clock tower there is modeled after the Heralda Bell Tower of the Sevilla Cathedral in Spain. Now on the side of this building here are 250,000 terracotta clay tiles in 6 different shades of white. They're very fragile, almost like porcelain, so still to this day, this building here has to be hand washed. It was much more of an issue when we used to burn coal for our fuel. Soot would get stuck to the side of the building. Had to keep it nice and clean by scrubbing away. Now, just in front of us here, to the right-hand side, Trump International Hotel and Tower, the second tallest building in Chicago. It stands at 1,388 feet tall. Now, that's a tall building, and it should be. It was designed by the world's tallest architect. That's what we call him. His name is Adrian Smith. A place to park your boat, a place to park your car. Beautiful balconies on the side there. You have other luxury amenities such as an ice skating rink, a bowling alley, a movie theater, which is now the House of Blues, if you want to go check out a live concert. Now each one of these apartment buildings, or apartments rather, is shaped like a pie slice or a pizza slice. And you have the strange shape on the outside. Part of the reason for this, Bertrand Goldberg said, there are no right angles. style contextualism, complementing the context of your surroundings. And you can see the way that this building does so is with that curve. It matches the curve of the Chicago River. You also have this blue and green glass. The blue reflects the sky while the green says hello to the river down below. Another fun fact of this building, if you've ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
After 40, you're still a boss-ass move. Don't let people rush you. With
as we see ourselves reflected there due to the fun shape. Now, with a building with such a unique shape, you can imagine it has some very specific issues. One of them is something called wind sway. Now, buildings all over the world, skyscrapers specifically, are meant to sway very slightly in the wind, a couple of inches in each direction. But you don't want it to sway too much, otherwise the people towards the top will get motion sickness. So what do you do about that? Well, there's a few ways to combat wind sway, but what 150 North Riverside does is at the very top they have something called inertial slosh damper that's on the roof. And it's 12 concrete containers filled with about 160,000 gallons of water. The reason behind it, the wind hits the side of the building, the water inside of those tanks sloshes around in the other direction, helps stabilize it so it does not sway too much. Very interesting. Now we'll talk about the other methods of wind sway reduction here in just a little bit. But for now we're going to move along to the left-hand side. This right here is the Bank of America building, another very contemporary building on our tour. Now, you can see the way that this building has dealt with that 30 feet back ordinance with these steel tripod beams that vault up that third floor. And I really like both of these buildings.
just move as you.
Rumor has it that in 2024 it's going to be renamed Blackstone Tower, which I think is very fitting because it kind of looks like black stone with the windows there, right? I'm going to call it Sears Tower though because that was the original name of the building. Now it was completed in 1974, was the tallest building in the world for 24 years. Was the structural engineer behind the Sears Tower, along with architect Bruce Graham. And the way that he explains this is with a box of cigarettes. So, if you take one cigarette and you place it on a table and you try to blow it over, expectedly, it's just going to fall over. Now what happens, take 4 or 5 cigarettes, take them out of that box, wrap them together with a rubber band, place it back on that table, try to blow it over. It's going to take a lot more force in order to blow over that bundle of tubes. That is how we refer to it, bundled tubes. You can actually see where those lines go down? Each one of those is like its own individual tube, its own individual structure. They all brace each other in.
Just move as you. Turning gray after 26. Looks pretty good on you. Taking a year to go and travel the world. Could be when you're 42. Still in love with your soul at 80. Drinking your coffee and going on dates. There's no rushing.
Institute of Chicago opened up their Van Gogh exhibit. You can see some works from Vincent Van Gogh, including his famous self-portrait. Especially on a rainy day, if you have any more rainy days, that's a good one to go to. There's also paintings by an artist named George Seurat. He's made famous by his painting An Afternoon on the Island of Grandjet. It's the inspiration behind the Stephen Sondheim musical Sunday in the Park with George.
The thing about the merchandise market isn't necessarily what's going on inside of it. Rather, it's what's happening on
All right, back over to our left, the Merchandise Mart once again.
world's largest.
There's so much to say about the Merchandise Mart that I included in my tour twice. Now, on the left-hand side, Merchandise Mart, massive building, as I mentioned. 7.5 miles of hallways alone inside of that building there. 4.2 million square feet. That is a large building, and with such a large building, it makes a great place for a giant canvas for something called Art on the Mart. You can see the projectors right over here. 34 projectors in there costing right around $8 million projects art onto the side of the merchandise mart, called Art on the Mart. They're all laser projectors. They go around the windows as to not blind the people on the inside. They rotate with different animated art. The top there will light up with different colors. It happens every single night. It used to be from 8:30 to 9, but I believe they just...
Getting married after 30 is still beautiful. Starting a family after 35 years is still possible. And buying your first house.
Now over here to the left, this is the Murdoch building, completed in 1914. The style is known as Prairie style, meant to mimic the flat prairie layout that Chicago was built on.
As you just move as you turning gray after 26 looks pretty good on you. Taking a year to go and travel the world. Could be when you're 42. Still in love with your soul at 80. Drinking your coffee and going on dates. There's no rushing, no timelines. Just move as you. Just move as you. Just move as you. Just move as you. When you're 16, full of dreams, they'll tell you how it should be. Just go on and make your own life. Don't let people rush you with their time.
This one does look different. Green and gold. It's meant to look like a giant champagne bottle.
Yeah.
With the gold on the top being the gold foil that you have in a champagne bottle. It was built out during Prohibition, when alcohol was illegal in the U.S. Now that is real 24 karat gold up there. Competition that the Chicago Tribune held for the most beautiful building in the world, and this is the design that won. I think it is very beautiful. I think the lights make it look a little bit more ominous though, wouldn't you say? Trading outpost. He was a fur trader. Set out a trading outpost right over here on the banks of the Chicago River. And now today, we honor what we call the founder of Chicago with none other than the Apple Store. Yeah, I guess if you think about it, it still does count as a trading outpost in a way. But nowadays, we trade credit cards for iPhones and iPads. All right, now over to the left-hand side. Take a look towards the top there, the peacock logo. NBC Tower. May look very similar to another one in New York City. Now, we're reaching the end of our tour, but I got a couple more things for you before we close down.
Balik na kami ng hotel. Kasi lamig-lamig. So guys, kakabalik lang namin dito sa aming hotel and nakapagbihis na din ako guys kasi maaga kaming matutulog tonight. Tomorrow, 7 AM yung breakfast. So yung plano namin is 7 pa lang nandun na talaga kami sa baba para mag-breakfast, para alis din kami agad para makapag-libot-libot dito sa Chicago. So ayan guys, hindi na ako nakapag-room tour pero ito yung itsura ng aming CR. Simple lang naman siya guys, walang masyadong special. Ayan yung toilet. Ayan, shower lang siya, wala siyang bathtub. Ayan. So, syempre, may basa na siya dyan kasi nag-ano na yung ate nyo. Nag-half bath. So, by the way guys, ang masasabi ko lang dun sa namin, boat experience namin kanina, fun niya. Pero ang problema lang kasi is ang lamig. Malamig yung weather kanina nung kami boat ride. So medyo hindi masyadong maganda yung experience when it comes to yung nasa boat kami, medyo nanginginig-nginig to the extent talaga guys na parang hindi mo na siya ma-enjoy. Parang half hour, parang hindi na kami masyadong nakapag-concentrate. Kuha na lang kami nakuha ng video tsaka pictures kasi wala na talaga guys, ang lamig na. And yung dala lang namin, yung ako is coat, yung sa husband ko naman is t-shirt, tapos sinapawan lang niya ng sweatshirt. So wala kaming dala na mas makapal na jacket or hoodie. So ayun guys, pero nakaka-enjoy siya kasi parang nakita nyo naman sa previous clips, di ba? May guide kami na nag-tutor sa amin at the same time nagbibigay sa amin ng parang brief history ng Chicago, kung paano siya noon and then ngayon. Yun guys, madami siyang mga sinabi about sa history ng Chicago. So yun guys, yun lang yung highlight nung boat ride. And ang ganda talaga nung lalo na sa personal guys, nakaka-amaze yung buildings nila, iba-iba yung itsura, iba-iba yung size. Yung sa bean naman, hindi ka kasi makakakita ng ganong parang tourist spot sa ibang state, I think. So, nakaka-amaze din siya. And na-enjoy ko din yung parang pag-picture-picture doon sa bean. Para ka lang may malaking mirror na in form of a bean, ganon. Yun lang naman, yung bean, Jollibee, tsaka pumunta na kami agad dun sa boat ride namin. So, ewan ko lang tomorrow kasi yung talaga namin yung dito guys, wala talaga, actually sa whole trip na to, wala talaga akong plano kasi gusto ko lang na mag-relax kami ng 1 week. Wala mo ng work, alam niyo yun, para mag-recharge ba. So, ayun. Yung gagawin namin tomorrow, hindi ko pa alam. Kasi yung husband ko yung mga, mag-search pag sa mga travel namin, siya naman talaga. So, yung boat ride din namin, hindi ko nga alam na binook na niya. So, yung sky deck lang, sana gusto kong puntahan din dito. Pero, parang mahal na kasi masyado guys. Kasi yung boat ride, mahal din yung boat ride guys. Pero para lang ma-experience namin, di ba? Tinry na lang namin. Kaya next time na lang siguro yung sky deck. Kasi alam ko, isa din yun sa magandang puntahan dito sa Chicago. Yung building na nasa taas ka. Tapos nasa parang may part ng building na nakaglass siya lahat. Tapos makikita mo yung whole city. And I think makikita mo din yung mga kapitbahay ng Chicago. Yung ibang state na malapit. So, yun guys. Next time, pag magkaka-budget, gusto ko talagang balikan to and itry yung sky deck nila. Kasi maganda daw yun. And guys, gusto ko lang itry for experience talaga yung sky deck dito. So, sunod na lang guys. Hindi ko alam kung kailan yun. Sunod na punta namin dito pero hopefully soon kung may ipon na ulit. So, ayun guys. Medyo magastos talaga mag-travel pero I'm really lucky dahil doon sa travel namin sa New Jersey. Halos wala kaming nagastos guys. Thank you sa tito at tita ko. Guys, matutulog na siguro ako. Update na lang tomorrow. See you on my next one.